They go into the midterms saying that immigration isn't a problem, how it's being
They need more ICE agents because the previous administration let 20 million people into the country without vetting them, and they've been committing crimes all over the place for a number of years. They need more people to take them out. They've returned ICE to their mission, which is getting people from the interior out of the country. And I think it's an indictment that they're having to put places like this in Indiana, which is not a border state. It's in the middle of the country because these people got bus tickets and plane tickets to wherever they wanted to go. And now the administration is making due on their deportation of these criminal aliens from their communities because they don't want them there anymore.
That's Fox News resident liberal harpy Jessica Tarlov pretending Americans don't support deporting illegal immigrants and getting absolutely torched by Katie Pavlich in the process. Welcome to Nerk News. I'm Nerkish, and it looks like the left just realized their census scam might actually be in trouble because Indiana just launched its own alligator Alcatraz, and Democrats are having a full-blown meltdown over it. You know, when sanctuary states inflate their House seats by counting illegals, that's apparently democracy. I mean, what they're really afraid of is losing power, and the Speedway Slammer just lit a fire under their fraud. Here's Jessica Tarlov trying to spin Deportations as a political loser and getting steamrolled by Jesse Waters.
People talking about masked ICE agents. People talking about alligator Alcatraz and spending money on this. And there is a reason that Kristi Noem is on TV begging people to come work for ICE. There's no age cap anymore. You don't need a college degree. You're going to get a $50,000 bonus. We'll pay back your student debt.
Yay.
The reason that they're having to do this is because when over half of the people that they are locking up in the Okey Pokey or wherever you're going aren't actually convicted of anything.
They just have criminal charges against them or orders from a judge to be deported. Or they're wanted in another country for crimes. Nothing the Democrats say on immigration matters. They have forfeited their credibility on every single issue with regard to mass deportations, border patrol, and everything that follows. They were wrong, or they lied, or whatever they were saying was a hoax. And I can't wait to hear the next person Jessica names, who's like kind of a hairdresser and also transsexual, who was illegally sent to the wrong country, because we'll fact check it in the break and she'll be wrong. I love this new idea, and notice how Nancy Pelosi, and Jessica, let me just ask you, would you admit Nancy Pelosi is a savvy politician?
Would I admit that?
Yes, you would.
Yeah.
Notice how Nancy Pelosi's not having margs with the Maryland dad. Notice how Nancy
had a margarita.
Pelosi isn't trying to break into ICE jails. She has kind of stayed away from the whole immigration thing. Why? Because it's terrible politics for Democrats. It's like Trump. Does Trump talk about health care? No, it's a losing issue for Republicans. Listen to Nancy. I can't believe I'm saying this. Don't talk about illegal immigration. Let the adults handle it. We got this.
You know, it's always amazing how confidently wrong Tarlov is. She says deportations are some fringe, unpopular policy when polling shows the exact opposite. 62% of Americans support Trump's mass deportation plan because people are sick of the crime, the fentanyl, and the chaos that flooded in under Biden. I mean, Trump's ICE recruitment push just got over 80,000 applicants in 1 week, and Indiana just added 1,000 new detention beds through a bold move by Governor Mike Braun. The left isn't scared of cruelty, they're scared of competence. Here's CNN actually admitting why they're freaking out.
One of the big things is it helps decide congressional maps.
Right.
Does this have everything to do with redistricting?
Well, it does. In fact, we know the 2020 census, the errors were almost always to the detriment of red states. Blue states like Rhode Island.
Do we know that?
We do know that. The Census Bureau's own audit of its work has proven that. Blue states like Rhode Island were overcounted. Rhode Island then didn't lose a seat. Red states like Alabama were undercounted. This is just a fact. It wasn't all red-blue, but it was disproportionately red-blue.
I mean, when even CNN is telling the truth, you know the dam's breaking. Democrats rely on inflated census numbers to cheat the system, padding blue states like California and New York with illegals who shouldn't even be counted. A 2019 CIS report showed this gives Democrats up to 24 extra House seats. It's not about compassion, it's about control. Biden's 20+ million illegals are skewing representation, diluting citizen votes, and rigging the Electoral College. That's why Trump just ordered a new census excluding illegal aliens, and MAGA Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene are backing him with new legislation. The system is broken and the left knows it. Here's the 5 calling out their gerrymandering hypocrisy hypocrisy.
All right, so Jessica, you guys are getting embarrassed. Every time you point your finger, the finger goes right back at you, and you guys are the worst offenders. Why don't you just say how terrible you guys are?
I'm not in the mood, and it's not true. So, yes, the map looks...
You don't jerry around with your districts?
We don't do mid-cycle redistricting.
You just did it in New York.
No, we have never
and then she
gone
got
in the
slapped
middle.
down by a judge.
We have never mid-cycle redistricting.
Just did it in 2024.
At the behest.
We're in a war. Right? They screwed around, and now they're about to find out.
They wrote the rules. Their rules, right? California, Republicans have 40% of the vote share, and yet they have only 17% of the congressional seats. I think in Massachusetts, it's 35% of statewide vote. They have 0 seats in Massachusetts. Maryland,
they can't win.
Maryland is very similar in terms of those numbers, but of course, congressional districting also comes down to the census, which did not count properly in the last census, and also counts illegal immigrants for representation in Washington, even though they legally cannot vote. So I say that they should redo the census, get an accurate vote, and not count illegal immigrants for accurate representation of American voters in every state throughout the country.
Oh, is that why Democrats like the migrants? Because it helps them reapportion their votes?
It does make you wonder why they're being so hyperbolic about the situation right now. I mean,
you know, it's rich watching the same people who ran sanctuary cities, protected cartel smugglers, and demonized ICE suddenly cry about fair maps. The truth is, they're not mad about gerrymandering. They're mad about losing their grip on a system they rigged with illegal head counts. Indiana's Speedway Slammer is just the beginning. Trump is rebuilding ICE, restoring sanity to the census, and reminding America who actually runs this country. It's citizens. And when the dust settles, it won't be the left holding the map. It'll be the American people. But let me know what you think. Will Trump's deportation surge and census crackdown help deliver a red wave in 2026? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye.